Welcome to Contact Centres Uncensored. I'm Simon Blair.
And I'm Shelley Fletch.
Shelley, today we're going to talk about effective feedback.
Yeah.
Some principles of good feedback delivery, the mistakes that often come into play.
Yep.
You know, no doubt with your work in doing a lot of stuff with leaders in having better conversations, no doubt a lot of that is centred around giving good feedback.
Absolutely. And it's all about not being a dick, if I'm going to go bold and say
that. You said it.
So
don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
So how do you not...
There you go, we're done.
How do you not be that? What's some insights you can share?
Well, I think first of all, it's not treating the feedback conversation as a task on your to-do list. So I need to sit down with Simon, I need to tell you how crap you are or how good you are or whatever the feedback is, and then go, okay, good, off we go. So
like the monthly feedback session, tick the box.
Even when it's in the moment feedback, but not enough time has been allowed. So that would be my first suggestion: is make sure you've got enough time to actually have the conversation.
Yeah. So the preparation comes into play there, doesn't it? So good preparation would make good feedback.
Absolutely. I think creating awareness for the person who, if I'm giving feedback to you, I want you to be aware of what we're going to be talking about and actually come up with some of your own reflections yourself rather than me telling. So a lot of my advice would be around asking questions to get you there. Yeah.
Open questions.
Absolutely.
Conversation starters. Just like, a lot of the work I do in teaching staff to have good conversation with customers, it's not too different, isn't it?
That's right. And it's not always giving advice per se, it's about giving observations or letting them come to their own observations.
And in my experience, I think that's the key. It's when you can come at it from, I'm not here as your boss, it's here, I'm
because
in
that's when you're the
role.
dick, right?
That's right. So number one rule in terms of not being a dick is you're there to serve.
Yeah.
So you're in service to that staff member, and that's a completely different paradigm, isn't it?
Absolutely. And if you're putting yourself on the same level as them, you get that really, really great interaction, good conversation, but they walk away going, I actually do need to do something a little bit differently, and I think I know how.
So as a key part of good feedback it's about finding agreement?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what you're aiming for, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And without being, this is the way I would do it, I want you to do it the same way as me, accepting that you might do it a little bit differently, but the outcome for both scenarios will be the same.
And surely one of the great skill sets is the ability to adapt to the person and to the moment. What's the nature of the conversation you're going to be having? Is it some serious stuff? Is it some behavioural issues, for example, or is it
absolutely
in terms of skills, knowledge, attitude, and the combination that drives all performance? Which component parts is that? It's a different sort of conversation, isn't it? Depending on.
And you know what, Simon? I think you're right. I think it all does definitely come down to how well you prepare for the conversation, and that doesn't have to take a long time. Just actually know what is the outcome that I'm wanting, and going, how do I need to? Because you've got your intention, and then you've got how you act on that, and then you've got how that's perceived and what the outcome is.
And what's some of the specific practical steps, skill sets, I suppose, that underpin good feedback delivery? What are some of the principles of good feedback, I suppose? And there's a lot of stuff out there, in terms of how to do that. But in your opinion,
so I think the first step is, if I'm going to give feedback to someone, what for? Would be the very first question I would answer. Is it because I don't like it? It's not the way I would do it. Is it because it doesn't align to our values? Is it because there's a complaint that's come off the back of it?
Sure.
Is it because it's led to something going wrong in a process?
Is it about being better than average, which is one of our themes from a previous
absolutely
conversation we had?
Yeah, and so understanding, what's the intention of giving the feedback and really using that as the basis for the conversation and taking it from there.
Yeah, and I think the key thing is it's conversation.
Absolutely.
So have it back and forth.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Come up with a solution that both parties are on board with.
Yep, that's it.
Terrific.
I think that summarises it.
Great.
Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, Shelley.